I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and miss. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed.
Wow, you might be imagining, what is MJ talking about? Hey guys, Izzy and MJ from Endless RVing. We are out in Marco Island right here. Really, the local police department, their motto is "We protect paradise," and it really is paradise here.
It's beautiful. In today's video, we're gonna address 4 questions that we get all the time, questions and comments. We're gonna be brutally honest, as we always are, and give you the answers.
And you're gonna wanna stay to the end, because the quote that MJ wrote and read at the beginning of the video, it's all gonna tie in at the end. It'll make total sense.
So the first question we get asked all the time is, how do you have time to do it all? There's a lot to it, but number one is Izzy and I, we just have a very crazy work ethic. We kind of have a don't stop, don't quit mentality about everything in our life. So we do apply that to everything, the channel and in our everyday living.
Yeah, and when MJ says don't stop, don't quit, that of course that's within reason, right? Like, we still get 8 hours of sleep and we still make time for family and vacation like we're out now. But what MJ's really referring to is, we don't stop and quit when things don't go our way. That's life. And things have certainly not gone our way for both of us, both when we have been married and not when we weren't together. You know, we have had our difficulties just like everybody else.
Right.
And the way we see it is that if you don't have difficulties in life, you're just not gonna grow stronger. You're just not. So we welcome them. It's not that we look forward to them. I wouldn't change anything in my life.
No, and a quote that I love, and this is, I've mentioned this before, this guy before, David Goggins, who's somebody I love, and I follow this every day, is that we have to get really comfortable at being uncomfortable and try to do something every day that makes us uncomfortable, because that's how we're gonna grow.
Yeah, and it's certainly not, listen, there's people that have grown up in way worse situations than ours. Like I said, we've had our issues also, both of us. Just because you have those problems, it doesn't mean you can't get yourself out of it. I guess that's what we're trying to say. That's the mentality we take. Whenever there's something bad, there's gotta be something good to come out of it.
All right, so let's take a sneak peek into our day. And we get asked this a lot. People actually asked for videos where we do like a 24-hour day in the life of ERV, but I don't know, we just haven't done that yet. Our day starts very early, and we try to end it early so we can get our sleep, but we're usually up by 4.
This is Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, yeah. 4:30-ish, working out. Izzy works out every day. I don't do every day, but usually like 4 to 5 days a week. And we're just going. We just get started.
If I don't feel good, if you don't feel good, life doesn't go well, right? Like, if you're in pain all the time, we're not gonna have the mindset and the energy to do what we have to do.
Right, and again, people said, how do you do it all? That's a definite big part of it, is that we lengthen our day just by starting it earlier. A lot of times we're doing videos like when Izzy gets home from work, and obviously, you know, we're spending family time. That's the most important thing during the week. On the weekends, we always chunk out time for videos. We'll have a couple hours, we'll get our videos done, and then we do have we do housework, and we do have a lot of fun. So it's not like we're working all the time, but we are working a lot. I think we thrive on that, though, that we like to work. If we have dead or down time, we will usually fill it.
Everyone has 24 hours, at least we do. I don't know anybody else who has a 26-hour day, but we have to manage that time. We don't watch TV. We really, very little. The only time we'll watch TV is like kind of maybe at night a little bit, like on the weekend.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Because to us, if I'm sitting in front of a TV for 3 hours, my brain is shutting off and I'm just not being productive. That is just how we approach things.
So for those of you that asked, how do you find time to do it all? This is pretty much how we do it.
It's just better management, right? We just find a way to manage our time
in a way that really works for us. So the second question we get a lot is, how do you deal with these horrible comments you get? And look, we've gotten better over time. It used to sting a little bit, but now we laugh about it. And as many of you guys know, our loyal subscribers, that we make these basement dweller videos and we just laugh about it. We really do just let it go. We read it and sometimes we'll leave it. A lot of times we just block them. They're just gone.
Now we're just gonna take this a step further outside of YouTube. So both of us are very similar. And again, this is, I think, why we've been married 10 years plus now. And this sounds real, just crude. We don't have time for negative people. Like, it's not productive to us. And what has that done? That's limited our friend base, right? Like, people that we really hang out with, it's very small, but it's quality. Those are people we've been friends with for a really long time. We try to be around people that are positive.
Well, you do, they say you become like the top 5 people or something that you spend your time with. So we do choose that wisely, and I think it's worked pretty well for us. We have a small group of really close friends, but it's a good group.
All right, so the third question we get a lot is, how did you grow your channel? There's no secret to this. It's a lot of different things that we have done. You know, we started the channel really not having any background in any kind of video or social media or any of that stuff. We just kind of...
Or being on camera.
Being on camera, none of that. Well, number one, we just did it. Right? We didn't,
jumped in.
We didn't procrastinate. We didn't say, oh, we can't do this. We're not made for it, because everybody starts at zero. So procrastinating for us wasn't an option. We're gonna do it whether we fail or we don't fail.
Right, and I think something that we remind ourselves of this on a continual basis is, look, we have videos that tank, and it's okay. But what we make sure we don't do is, and we remind each other of this, so what? Then you just put the next one out. We've had videos that have done wonderfully. If we have a bad video, whatever, we try to analyze what we do wrong.
We're constantly reevaluating what can we do, how can we title things better, how can we bring up better subjects, what do you guys out there want to see, what interests you, right? You can't stop.
No, we just try to adapt, and we just keep going. So number 4, this is something that we get a lot in our comments, and it kind of like irks us.
These are some of the angriest comments are on this topic.
Yeah, it's, I don't know how people can afford that, or who the heck has the money to buy that RV, or this and that.
Well, the short answer is they work really hard. Anybody who's been successful, stuff's just given to them. I could be wrong, but most people that are very successful... Some people have been handed things, but in most cases, But even they were handed things, their parents, somebody worked really hard for it.
So we have, I think, what some people might consider a nice RV, right? We have a house, like a moderate house that we're very happy in, and people have made comments about that. And it's kind of crazy to us, because we've worked really hard for this, and we've mentioned this before, but this is again addressing comments that we've gotten, is that Izzy and I did not grow up with anything really, with much of anything. No. But something that we've always done is we've both, before we met each other and even now, we just work really hard. And you reap the benefits when you work hard.
And it's not all even about, for us, it's not about what you have. Like, that doesn't really mean anything. We're just addressing those comments of people that say, oh, it must be nice to do this and that. It's just, again, it goes back to that negative, that I don't have it, therefore somebody else can have it, versus I don't have it, what can I do to be there, right?
Right, like, yeah, pick their brains. Like, we've talked to people that, you know, that we know are doing really well, either YouTube or business, and we want to know how they did it, right? We want to learn from it, not be angry at it.
And it's not, again, it's not about what you have. That can be, how do we live a healthier life, or how are we happier in our marriage, or how can our kids communicate better? It's whatever it wants. Who do we have to talk to? What do we have to read?
Right.
I guess that kind of attitude, really, for anybody, especially for us, has really, really helped us.
Yeah.
All right, so how does this all tie in from the quote that MJ read and wrote in the beginning, right? How does this all tie in?
All right, so that quote by MJ was actually written by Michael Jordan. I'm sure a lot of you knew that, but that guy is the epitome of hard work. Still to this day, he's in his 60s, right?
Yes, late 50s, early 60s.
Is he? Oh, okay. And he doesn't stop working. He's definitely an idol, because he's been like this since he was younger, hence his success. He just never quit.
College, and you're going to see that consistent work ethic in any successful person. You have to just continue plugging along. So we hope this video answered some of those questions that we get pretty regularly. In the comments below, let us know what has been the secret to your success. Because like we said, if you're successful, we want to know. We want some of that, right? So put it in the comments below. And for myself and MJ, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.